Today's the day?
I think so as well. Yesterday was very close. So, got a new strategy to it as well, trying to roll it out more, and it's been working. But I think today's the day. Ooh. Also got the swing back in action after being a little out of sorts. I think it was 3 days ago now. Yesterday was kind of the first day it was working again, so hopefully we can maintain that. Alright, here we go. First set of the day, and I skipped the warm-up today. Went right into it, so still got some loosening up to do, but got one within 10 feet, and these two have now been within 20 feet. So we're still in the right-ish area. A little bit wide open there. All right. 9 feet 5 inches from that round. Bit of a warm-up round. What are your thoughts over the ball? You're pretty deliberate. I would say, yeah, I try to keep as few swing thoughts going as I can, because sometimes I'll overwhelm myself. And most of my swing thoughts are about my backswing right now. So I'm thinking a little bit more hinge in my wrists to get that club outside, instead of rolling this arm back and getting under the plane. And then outside of that, it's just pause at the top of the swing, try to start with the hip rotation, and just try to properly release that club down the plane. But not many swing thoughts. I just try to get set in the right grip and then just go, not overthink it too much. Alright, that's the first one on a good line for today. Might be a little long. Yeah, just a hair long. It also helps so that I'm on the simulator and I've hit this exact shot probably about pretty close to 1,000 times, I would guess now. So I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing with this shot specifically. A little bit of a pull draw there. A little bit left to right now on these misses. No water balls yet though, so that's good. But also nothing inside of 5 feet. The goal is definitely to get one inside of 5 feet before I hit one in the water. Hopefully I can execute that today. Alright, well, not in the water, but not a good contact there. Barely gets to the front edge. Alright. 10 shots in now. Little bit of a slower start. 9 feet 4 inches on that one. Little bit of a slower start because I did not warm up today, but 9 feet 2 inches is the record right now on the day. Let's keep it going. There's definitely some closer shots to be had than that. Alright, here we go. Let's get one inside of 5 feet this round. Oh, very thin there. Oh no, I think that went in the water. It says deep rough, so definitely wouldn't want to play it in real life, but not a water ball. Still have time to get one inside of 5 feet. Alright, so far the miss has been a little bit right. Distance seems decent. 16 feet 8 inches on that one. Still trying to get into a rhythm here though. Haven't really found anything yet. Ooh, okay, right idea, not enough fade. But probably a new close one on the day since we don't have anything crazy close yet. Yeah, 8 feet 6 inches. A little bit closer, but still not that impressive. Here we go. A little bit better. A little long right now, though. Might be taking off a little bit too much backspin. Gotta add a little bit on to get more fade and less distance. That one looks decent. Oh, tried to catch the slope. Not enough. 2 feet 8 inches. Alright. Inside of 5 feet on my 15th shot of the day. Took a little bit, but finally got it, and got it before I hit one in the water. So we're off to a good start. Wow, really bad swing, but really good line, so I might get lucky. Yeah, short. That was a bad feeling swing. All right, 17 feet on that one. Here we go. Oh, man. And there's the first water ball. Surprisingly, a better swing than the last one, but it was about like 5 grooves too thin, so that's not going to help. Got to get that swing path, but actually stay down on it and hit the face. Like that. There we go. No fade on that one though. I thought it was gonna turn over. Back to the right distance. 6 feet 10 inches. Alright, this one's on a better line than the last. Oh. A little long and still just a hair left. 8 feet 6 inches. Alright, well, finding a little bit of a rhythm now. 11 feet 1 inch, but 2 in a row inside of 10 feet there, and then one right around 10 feet. Starting to get a feel of the shot again. Alright, let's keep this rhythm going. Another good one that just didn't fade enough. Right back around that 3 foot range probably. 4 feet 5 inches. A lot of fade on that one. That's not going to do it. Needed some of the fade from the last shot on that one. Then it would have been perfect. What club are you using? 9-iron? Yeah. Currently on the 9-iron. The TrackMan, like, auto guesses that it should be an 8-iron from 147, but yep, working on the 9-iron. 4 out of 13 clubs done on the hole-in-one challenge, and this was the next one in line. But it's been giving me some trouble so far. This is day 11 with attempts on the 9-iron. So, hoping to get it done today, though. Alright, definitely a better idea with getting these to roll out instead of trying to drop it in on the pin. Still gotta get one with the correct direction. Distance has been a little bit more consistent than direction, but both are tough. And then also the idea is to fade one in there. And I'm kind of a draw player, so this is a little bit different than usual for me, but I'm getting more consistent at it. If you look at it compared to day one, it's definitely better. What clubs you use? I've got the Titleist T200 irons. You can change it. Yeah, I know. I figured that out, and like for some reason I can't get it to lock on 9-iron because obviously I can only maximize 5 attempts, and then I have to reset it every time. But if anyone knows a way of just locking it on 9-iron for this hole, then that would be awesome because that would be. It always likes to switch back to 8-iron. That was the right idea. A little bit too far left of the starting line. But seemed to have the right distance. Oh gosh, that might be water ball number 2. I left that face wide open. Off the rocks and in. Unfortunate. Water ball number 2, probably about 25 shots into the challenge. But we can, not the worst, just gotta keep it under 10%. Alright, here we go. One just over faded a little bit. Distance was off though, so it wouldn't matter. Can't be upset about that. 14 feet 5 inches. Alright, here we go. Needs to go a little bit kind of toey. Alright, a little bit of a sloppy round there. No good shots until the last ball there, which was 6. Oh wait, I got one more shot. Kidding. Maybe we can turn it around. No, can't turn it around. Well, I got a lucky bounce, so at least it made it seem closer than it was. But a little bit of a sloppy round. Only one inside of 10 feet there and one in the water, so not the best. Let's turn that around. Did you try making it in the hole? I've actually just started trying that strategy. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to convert yet, but I'm gonna start doing that. How far do you carry your driver? I would say usually my driver carries around like 260 to 270, and then rolls out to around like 280 to 290 total. All right. Closest today is 2 feet 8 inches. Closest all time was I think 5 inches. It should say at the top of the screen though for the 9-iron. And yeah, let's get it done today. Oh, these mishits are not helping the getting it done today. So I think step one is to find the center of the face again. A little bit off right now. Alright, right idea. Not going to fade enough, but in the right area. Still just a little bit of a miss hit though. Alright, well, I had a rhythm going, but it unfortunately lasted only about 5 shots. And now it seems I'm back to long left and short right and nothing in between. So let's get back to some decent shots. Alright, there we go. Still a little too far right, but back in the general area, which is good. 8 feet 7 inches on that one. There's the pole draw. Alright, a little bit of a slower start than usual, but the swing still feels good, and as long as the swing feels good, some good results will be coming soon. But only 8 feet 7 inches from that round. Definitely some work to do. All right. A little sloppy. Still going through some like end of off-season swing changes, so trying to get those straightened out before my Wisconsin golf season starts, because Wisconsin weather has been brutal for anyone who lives around the Midwest. It was 60 degrees today, and I believe it's going to snow next weekend. So still got a couple more weeks to go before I can get on the outdoor course. Right idea. I think it's going to come up short though. Just a little bit too chunky. Alright, gotta get some close attempts going again. I think I had a couple long attempts early, which has made me kind of lay off and hit more of a knockdown 9, but now everything's coming up short, so should just go back to my normal swing. All right, a little bit better. 18 feet 4 inches. Mostly off directionally that time, which is good. Wow, that deserves to go in the water. And it does. Huge miss hit there. Alright, having a little bit of trouble trusting the swing right now. But we're getting closer. Just got maybe one too many swing thoughts going through my head and starting to overthink it a bit. So let's get back to the basics here. Ooh. All right. Very slow start, but I mean, surprisingly, the swing still feels good for all of the very mediocre attempts. Just gotta trust it a little more. A little bit better there. 8 feet 11 inches. All right, definitely can see too that the swing speed is slower than usual, so I'm definitely being cautious with my swing right now, but I don't know why because I don't really have a reason to be. There we go, that's a lot better. Um, 6 feet 9 inches. Okay. Well, let's build off that last attempt and get some within 5 feet. Take a couple more looks. Yeah, that one didn't feel good over that one. Definitely funny looking into a simulator, but sometimes you're standing over it and it doesn't feel good, so gotta give it an extra look. Wow. The club release is just really bad right now. Here we go. Okay, that one's on a decent line. Little too far right. 4 feet 8 inches. Finally back within 5 feet. Now let's just stay there. Slightly overfaded. Another alright shot though, so can't be too upset. 6 feet 5 inches. Alright, well, glad I'm hitting a consistent fade, because that is the shot shape that this hole sets up for. I actually just have to start the ball left of the hole instead of right at it. Wow, or I could just nearly shank it. That also works. Oh, water ball number 4 out of probably around 50 shots. Not good. Swing looks good though, man. Thank you. Unfortunately, it's being a little bit inconsistent on me today compared to usual, but plenty of time to get some good shots going again. All right, here we go. Good set of 5. Fully lock in. Come on. Needs to go a little. Just a hair thin. Sort of got there a little bit right though. 3 feet 11 inches. Wide open face. Again, right shot shape. And I just got to get that to start like 2 or 3 yards further left. Just struggling. I got the numbers up on the side here, and swing path still is out to in, but club face is a little too far open. Got to close it just a hair. Same exact thing as that last swing. Good distance. About 5 yards too far right there. 10 feet 8 inches. Not quite 5 yards, but too far right. A lot better. No rollout on that one. 2 feet 4 inches. All right, well, new close on the day. Brought it down from 2 feet 8 inches to 2 feet 4 inches, so that's good. Just need a little bit more rollout on that one. Let's see a try for the one time. Chris Novak, thanks for joining. I'll throw in a drive on the on the next set. But yeah, so for everyone joining, because I see there are a lot of new people in the stream right now. This is day, what is this, 46? So this is day 46 of my hole-in-one challenge. I've not spent all 46 days on this one club. I've got 4 hole-in-ones so far. All my wedges, so 56 degree, 52 degree, 48 degree, and pitching wedge. And now I'm on the 9-iron. This is day 11 with the 9-iron. And the hole I'm currently working on, PGA West Stadium course, hole 17, is very difficult for the hole-in-one. The green is super flat, so there's no slopes to work with. So the original plan was to just try and dunk it, and that lasted about 8 days before I realized that would be almost impossible. So now I'm trying to take off a bit of spin, let one roll out, and the idea is still to hit a fade though, because there is one tiny slope that works from left to right in front of the pin. But yeah, here we go. A lot of close calls yesterday, so hoping to keep that momentum going into today. Alright, so that one was about the start line that I'm going for, and it just had a little bit, not quite enough fade. But that start line was pretty perfect. 5 feet 3 inches. Same shot with a little more fade, and that should do it. Okay, so that was the same shot with draw instead of fade. The exact opposite of what I was trying to do. It's alright though, still got a little bit of a rhythm going, so ignore that one and keep the positive mentality going. Right back to that pole draw. Distance is still good though. I think the number one thing is getting the distance to a point where the ball would roll as it's passing the pin, which was the problem with the dunk, is you literally had to land it on the pin. And then on just one of these, I need to get lucky with direction. That one finally had the right amount of fade. A little bit too right on the start line though. And it came up short anyway. 9 feet 1 inch. Very chunky there. Gonna get to the green because obviously hitting off a mat is a little bit forgiving compared to hitting off the actual ground. 16 feet 1 inch. Geez, how long you play each time? Usually I play for about an hour and a half, which I haven't been able to find a way to keep track of the shots, but I added it up in one, and it was about like 175 shots. So Definitely scared of getting to like a 4-iron or even like a 6-iron where fatigue is going to set in very early. But right now it hasn't been too much of a problem. Draw, yeah, my regular shot shape is a draw. The only problem is the draw goes a little bit long. The my like stock yardage for a 9-iron is around 155, where the fade is better suited for this hole, distance wise. Alright, right idea. Got to get that one to start left though. Here we go. Got to think miss left. Okay, miss left, but not that left. That was probably 15 yards left. I was thinking more like 5. 32 feet, little off the green. Wow, that was a bad swing. That one deserved to be in the water. That was horrible. All right, here we go. And unfortunately, I get stuck doing that as well, where I just tend to overcorrect for a miss. I'll see one go long left, close the face a bit, and I way overcorrect and then send one short right. And then I do the exact same thing the other way. It's just a constant battle of pull draws and push fades. Alright, here we go. I gotta stop thinking about correcting it and just swing regular. Yeah, golf is hard. Golf is hard, and it's definitely not treating me nice today. Yesterday was being a little nicer than this. This is brutal. And this is simulator golf. I don't even have to worry about wind or getting imperfect lies. Okay, right shot shape. It's going to be short because I mishit it a little. But at least I could put one at the pin after sending, I think, all 5 from last round in left, right, back and forth. 4 feet 8 inches. Right idea, right shot shape, wrong starting line. 12 feet 10 inches. Here we go. Getting a little bit of a rhythm back though. Finally, after a lot of bad golf shots in a row. Now let's just keep it. Same exact swing as the last one. Red idea, wrong start line. 16 feet 4 inches. All right, here we go. Come on, miss left. Those last two really were not good swings. Here we go. Still just not fully trusting my swing right now. So I got to get out of that habit. How far? Yeah, 147. Yeah, the TrackMan setup is amazing. It's at I live in Wisconsin, so obviously I've got about four months of off season, I would say, and I found this public facility that I just pay a monthly membership for the winter months. Get to use the TrackMan simulators, but these are definitely the best simulators I've ever used. So many unique stats that you don't get on some of the other ones. All right, here we go. Let's actually hit some good shots here. Not good right now. Okay, better start line. I got that one a little further left. Probably right around like 6 feet. Yeah, 5 feet 9 inches. Right distance again, which is the most important part in my opinion. Getting that distance on gives these a chance. Back to a little bit too far right. All right. Getting the rhythm down again. Got to take advantage of it though. Oh man, that one was good if it wasn't thin. These thin shots end up having a little bit too much backspin and overfade on me, but that seemed to be the right start line. The ideal start line would be the left edge of this rock behind the pin. So if you see one start on that line, usually it ends up being a good one. All right, got the start line, but no fade on that one. A little bit chunky as well. (11 feet 10 inches). Yeah, luckily I live in San Diego. I get to play year round. I am super jealous of that. That is awesome. Nice swing, thank you. All right, here we go. Let's get back to some good shots. Starting to get the rhythm back on that last round, but there's still more room to go. Wow, that was, again, a good swing that I just could not stay down on, and I majorly thinned. Man, a bit frustrating right now because came off probably my best day yesterday where I got the a couple inside of a foot, and now I'm just struggling to find the center of the club face here. But still plenty of time to start hitting some good shots. That's a lot better. Needs to fade a little bit. Oh, close. 7 feet 6 inches. That one looks pretty good. Oh, okay, needed a little bit more distance, but that was probably pretty close to the line, I would imagine, if that extended out more. 4 feet 11 inches on that one. All right, a little bit open there. A little too far right. All right, getting closer though. That was a much better round. 13 feet 8 inches. 2 inside of 10 feet. 1 just inside of 5 feet. Let's keep going with more rounds that look like that. Oh, right idea, but just close it off a little to turn it over for a draw instead of a fade. Wow. That one was all in the forgiveness of the mat. That even got across the water. That was very chunky. Decent, might be a little too far right. A little too far right and a little too far. back to that right miss. Decent distance though. Got to close the face a hair. Alright, that one looks good. Pretty solid starting line. Oh, that almost did it. If that landed, I think like 1 yard shorter, it might have had a chance. 5 feet 2 inches, but that first bounce was right next to it. Dang, close one. All right, here we go. Who will win the Asher Tour event starting tomorrow? I don't keep up with the Asher Tour too well. What course is it at tomorrow? Or is that the tour that's like just in Florida, or am I thinking of a different one? I'm actually, some of those mini tours I get confused. Right idea with a bit of a closed space. Right line, but it's just going to be short. Way short. Very toey and a little bit chunky, but thought it was going to at least make it across. No fade on that one. Good starting line, no fade. Same thing there. A little bit closed on the face and struggling to get these to turn back to the right, but we're on a pretty good starting line, so I like that part. 12 feet 8 inches on that. Wow, 3 of the exact same shots in a row. Unfortunately, all to the left by a little bit. 12 feet. All right, well, consistent round, but consistently in the wrong spot. So let's do a little better than that. Alright, decent start to the round. Fell off the slope there, but still pretty good. 8 feet 10 inches. Oh, man. Just overthinking some swing changes right now. Here we go. A little bit mishit again. 10 feet, 2 inches. Closed off the face again, back to that pull draw. Alright, come on. A lot of very mediocre attempts in a row. Oh, man. Everything is a struggle right now. Finding the center of the face, hitting the good start line, and hitting a consistent fade. But that is golf. All right. Well, I unfortunately only have 5 minutes left in my simulator bay for tonight, so these are going to be my last 5 shots. So let's end on some good ones. Maybe get lucky. A little bit of fatigue starting to set in, I think, because club speed has dropped quite a bit. Let's really focus in these last 4 shots, though. Right idea on that one, a little bit too far right. It's still a tad short. I hated everything about that take back. That one never had a chance of being good. I don't know what I was doing with my right arm there, but nothing was good. Alright, come on. For 2 more shots. Let's get a good one. Well, unfortunately, that is golf. You have one of your best days yesterday, and today was one of my worst with the 9-iron so far, unfortunately. But that's the game, and it still feels very close, though. This new strategy of rolling it out has definitely helped. I'm hoping to get it within the next 3 or 4 days. But thank you for watching. If you stopped in to watch or chat, that was awesome. And I will hopefully see you tomorrow, right around the same time, going back at it with the 9-iron. Got to move on to the 8-iron soon. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next stream.